video we're going to make one of these which locks both handles together on this set of patio doors. This is an extra security measure, and if somebody does happen to bypass the locks, they still won't be able to get in the property because they won't be able to move the handle down. Also, by doing this, it actually locks both doors together, so even if somebody tries forcing the doors open, they are going to struggle because that will hold the two doors together. You're probably thinking that somebody can just smash the window, and they can, but that makes a lot of noise. A burglar does not want to draw attention to themselves, and they will often try to remove the lock to gain access to a property. If they do that in this case, they still won't be able to get in because of this. There are actually a couple of commercial products that are very similar to this, and you can buy those readily on eBay. This one is very simple and was very easy to make. It's simply a piece of unistrut that's got two cap ends. I've then drilled two holes in it. One of them has got a bolt in and a nylock nut on the other side, and this side we have a linch pin. That means that we can remove that very easily indeed. They are just sprung like so. If you don't have a linch pin, you can use a normal bolt. That is a stainless steel cap head bolt, and on the top there I've got a M6 knob, and you can use that to secure the door should you wish to do so. Or you can of course use a wing nut or something like that. So to remove it, it's very simple. Once you've removed the pin or the bolts from that side, you can simply slide it off like so. To put it back on, simply hook it around that side which has got the bolt in it and fasten it on like so. You then have an extra level of security on your patio doors. To make this securing board, we're going to use a piece of 41mm by 41mm unistrut. We're going to start off by cutting the unistrut to length. Here I'm using the Evolution Rage 2. If you don't have one of these, you can use a metal cutting bandsaw, you can use a grinder, or you can even use a hacksaw. I've actually just tried this on the handles and it is a very tight fit. For that reason, I'm going to get the angle grinder with a flat disc, and I'm going to take off some of the inside lip there on the top and the bottom. I'll also remove the tiny burrs from the edge. You don't necessarily need to use a piece of unistrut. You could make one of these out of some aluminium tube like that, or some steel tube, or you could use some channel. Aluminium channel is relatively inexpensive, so there are quite a lot of materials that you can make this from. I'm just trying the bar to ensure that it fits across both handles, which it does, and then I'm just marking using a permanent marker where the handles are, and then I'm also putting another line which will be the drill line. I want to drill this hole as close to this lip as I can get it. If I go too far back that way, there's a chance that we won't get the bolt in because of the handle. So I'm going to start off by centre punching on that line just there, and then we'll drill through there using a 6mm drill bit. I'm going to start off by drilling a small pilot hole, and then after we've done that I'm going to enlarge it to 6mm. I've now tried this on the door and it does work perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a roofing bolt in one side, and I'm going to use a nylock nut. I'm going to tighten that up, and that will be the bolt that will stay in position all the time. The bolt on that side there will eventually be replaced with a pin, and then that will enable this to be removed from the door very quickly. What you don't want to do with this is over tighten it, because you don't want it to bend in the unistrut. So that's how to make it. It only takes about 10-15 minutes maximum to make. Obviously I'm not going to leave it like that, I am going to actually paint it. That will be the time consuming bit. And I'm also going to insert 2 unistrut end caps into each end, and then that will make it look a lot neater, especially when it's all been painted the same colour. We're then just going to finish this off by putting a piece of insulation tape on the inside, and that will stop it from scratching the door handles. You can now see that I've lined the inside lip of that with some insulation tape, and that will prevent from scratching the handles. So I've made this because I'm actually going on holiday, and it's just an extra level of security that should help to prevent anybody from trying to get in through the patio doors. It's very easy to make. It only takes 10 or 15 minutes, excluding the painting, which was the time consuming bit, and it will increase the security on patio doors considerably. You can buy dedicated products such as a pat lock, and there is another make of bar which you can use to lock patio doors. So if you can't make one of these, it would be a good idea to get one of those, although some of them are rather expensive. This one didn't actually cost me anything because I already had the materials at home. The actual locks on this door are anti-snap, anti-bump and pick resistant, but that does not mean that they are impossible to get past. That is why something like this makes the doors a hell of a lot more secure. You can also use these on internal double doors. You can simply hook that over there, and then you can use that to lock both doors together. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. If you've not done so already, please subscribe to the channel.